that we've gotten to the point where I'm just going to walk away and your friends are going to land buzzards, carrion crows. And they're going to hop over politically and they're going to tear your eyeballs out of your skull and your tongue. And then they're going to sit there and peck out your eyeballs and eat your brain live. And the last thing you're ever going to be thinking is, man, I wish that beak had stopped plunging into my forehead right as your consciousness leaves you. You're just going to roll out and go, I'm trendy. The last thing you'll smell is that buzzard's stinking feet as it hops around on your chest and it takes a big dump right on you. The last thing you're going to smell is buzzard crap. All right, get ready. I'm opening the phones up, and I'm taking your phone calls one after the other. I don't care how good they are. I don't care how bad they are. I don't care how great a point you're making. I'm giving each person a minute. I'm doing a 15-second comment, and we're moving past them. Because I used to, 10 years ago, be able to take 100 calls a day. People liked it when I did that, but I would move through them fast. And I've got caught in some little warp area where the caller's great. I talk to him a long time, and then I go into the next segment, and then I do a 10-minute rant, and then we don't get to anybody. I'm doing it right now. 800-259-9231. 800-259-9231 is the toll-free number to join us. And all I ask is you got a good phone, a good connection, and ready to make your points on the NFL, on North Korea, on one of my new favorite talk show hosts, Brandon Tatum, with his top viral videos, destroying the globalists and their entire paradigm and laying out the facts just exactly as I've been thinking and trying to say. It's like he literally was channeling truth. Like, because you can have an image in your mind and know a truth and have all the facts and try to present it, and you're like, it just gets jumbled up because there's so much. He just did it flawlessly. It's perfect. And, of course, it's a Army veteran patriot. And, again, I'm not lionizing people in the military. There's bad folks in the military, good folks in the military. But statistically, over and over again, you run into folks that have been in the military. They actually care for something in this world where there's all these spoiled, rotten people everywhere who don't give a you-know-what about anything. And I'm not talking about black people when I do say that. I'm talking about people in general. But you look at those spoiled, rotten football players buying into trendiness and brainwashing and Hollywood's hate for America being used as pawns. That's wrong, and that's stupid. And it makes me so angry to see people being used as pawns. Because let me tell you something. When you get some wound-up, crazy, racist black guy going in and shooting up a church or hitting some white Polish immigrant in the head with a hammer. I mean, I see these reports every day where racist, brainwashed black people go out and kill white people. And it doesn't mean that I hate black people in general. I understand the weak-minded people go out and do it, just like the weak-minded white guy that went in and shot the 9 people at the black church, brainwashed by his own garbage. But can you imagine if the media was telling white people to go out and kill black people or go out and attack them? You'd have more mentally deranged people pick up on that and go out and do it. Because a lot of folks are weak-minded. You give them the moral support for something, it's over. That's what's so dangerous about mainstream media saying that, oh, Trump wants slaves and he wants to put black people on plantations and he's secretly a KKK member and white people want to kill all the blacks and all this stuff. Hyping this thing up just to create division, it's horrible. But they do the polls out there and they say that this has backfired. All this racial division has backfired. Just like the garbage with the NFL. Man, I tell you, Sunday, Monday, they were arrogant going, Trump, you tried it with us. All their commentators had the talking point. You just got your butt handed to you. You just saw the unity of the NFL. It didn't matter in what poll it was. The vast majority of blacks, not just whites or anybody else, said, we don't like this. We want to watch a football game and don't want to sit there and hear about how America's bad and how white people are evil. And it's a joke. And it's been said Trump has ESPN thinking what they're actually thinking. CNN, ESPN, all of them are a bunch of America-hating garbage, and Trump has them now speaking and saying on air what they've always really thought. And it's crazy Because you get people in an echo chamber with a bunch of leftist coaches and a bunch of leftist Hollywood owners, and then they sit there and they go out and they program folks to believe this crap. It's shameful. And let me tell you something. It's hurting those players. And it's hurting the average weak-minded person that buys into this. Yeah, Skip Bayless is upset that a former Army Ranger stood for the national anthem. But don't worry, Bayless held a fundraiser for Hillary Clinton, and then he got the Army Ranger to come out and say he was sorry. You talk about bullying by the white slave master. That's slavery. When you tell the Army veteran, we're going to fire you if you don't come out and say that America is basically bad and that you shouldn't have gone out with your hand over your heart and that you screwed over your team. No, the team screwed over America because the owner and the coach are dirtbag globalists who are following a Hollywood line to bully everybody into submission. It's not that America's perfect. America's got a lot of problems. It's that outside globalist forces are trying to get us all killing each other. That's the issue here. And anybody that studied history, anybody that studied warfare, anybody that studied propaganda, anybody who's got one lick of sense, anybody that's got common smarts, street smarts, could see this coming a mile away. This is ridiculous. And we're routing it 110%. The NFL's got its tail between its legs and has hired all these PR experts that are Democrats, of course, to decide how to spin this and how to get out in front of it and how to stop it. Let me tell you something. You're not going to stop anything now. You have wounded yourself. And you're not going to be able to stop coming back with this. And you've really shown people who you are. So good luck putting that sucker back together again. Trump's gotten $400+ billion in investment in 8 months. Almost $4 trillion in the stock market. Carbon taxes are killed. It goes on. And now 3.1% growth rate. Things that they thought could never happen. And a great new tax plan, if they just hold spending at the same level, which Trump's calling for, that will absolutely turbocharge our economy and begin to pay down the debt. I mean, Trump's really making a run at this, and he's signaling executive orders, not letting Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac money go to prop up Obamacare that'll kill it deader than a hammer before it can suck everything out of the U.S. economy and then implode it and then bring in something even worse, which is what Pocahontas and Ezekiel Emanuel and Jonathan Gruber, who says you're stupid and who hates you. I mean, you talk about facing the crowd, where this talk show host has everybody loving him, but they leave the mic on. He talks about how much he hates his audience and how they're schmucks. Jonathan Gruber and Obama have all been caught on hot mics and in private events saying they hate your ass. They hate black people. They hate white people. They hate poor people. They're sociopaths. They don't have big hearts. They don't want to have wealth. They don't want to have a rising tide. They're not Donald Trump. They want to make you poor and make you on your knees having to kiss their ass. Excuse me. I'm going to stop that. I apologize. I'm just really angry. And when I hold back that kind of stuff, because I'm not a guy that uses a lot of profanity behind the scenes, but when I get mad, I do sometimes. And I just want to turn it loose and see what I really think, so I turn off the governor so I can really speak well. And then there's no governor. And so I'm going to get really angry. Because I'm not out to get anybody. It's out to get me. And I'm tired of seeing everybody get played by these people. I don't like the con artist. I don't like the scam artist. I want to see them knocked upside the head with a club. Politically. I want to see them knocked out in the ditch. Not squatting on top of everybody. Running our lives. Thinking they're better than everybody. You want to talk about elitism. You want to talk about classism. You want to talk about racism. You want to talk about manipulation. You want to talk about control. That's these people. Telling everybody they can't have a good future, can't have a good life. Telling you got to be poor for the environment while they all live like kings. These are elitist sociopaths that hate your ass. And everybody better get that through your heads. All these pseudo-intellectuals. All of them, they always get some chicken neck, skinny, fake white guy up there, like this Comedy Central guy, and all up there to talk down their noses to us like we're not smart and talk about how smart they are, reading out their teleprompters all day because they're going to act all intellectual and act all elitist when all they are is little mercenaries that read off a teleprompter and hate their own country and think they're better than everybody, and they're sitting there kissing ass to get pieces of crumbs from the psychotic establishment, hoping they can get into the vampire ranks politically to feed on everybody when they didn't know they came a day late and $1 short when the whole thing's coming down, dumbasses. You signed on to the whole New World Order when it had the wheels coming off, when it was up to its axles in mud. You're going to be hated. Your grandchildren are going to know you were a traitor. You're not going to beat us. You understand that? We've already broken your back. And you're crawling. You're crawling at us, so we kick you in the teeth, knock your teeth out. And you're still rolling around on the ground thinking you're in charge. So we start putting the boots to your ribs. But we've gotten to the point where I'm just going to walk away, and your friends are going to land buzzards, carrion crows. They're going to hop over politically, and they're going to tear your eyeballs out of your skull and your tongue. And then they're going to sit there and peck out your eyeballs and eat your brain live. And the last thing you're ever going to be thinking is, man, I wish that beak had stopped plunging into my forehead. Right as your consciousness leaves you, you're just going to roll out and go, I'm trendy. The last thing you'll smell is that buzzard's stinking feet as it hops around on your chest and it takes a big dump right on you. The last thing you're going to smell is buzzard crap. Like that, huh, do you? Good. Put that on your show, scum. We'll be back. That's what I'm thinking, so I'm just going to say it. Didn't need any little writers to put it together for me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back with your phone call straight ahead. I'm Alex Jones. This is the Human Awakening. This is the Resistance. This is the Sleeping Giant. This is Victory Over Tyranny.
What the aging process is when the cell replicates, we lose a little bit of our telomeres. Telomeres are the little cups on the end of our chromosomes.
And when it runs out, you start dying.
Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com.